Hi there, welcome to Prime Sports with me, Razak Musbao. Now, President of Ghana Atletics Bfusini has called on government to improve its effort in maintaining the KERO Youth Resource Center to ensure the facility is able to last long. The center, which was inaugurated in December last year, comprises a FIFA standard football pitch, a 9-lane athletics track, and versatile court for tennis, basketball, handball, and volleyball. Joy Sports' Victor Achutamako toured the facility and has come through with this report.
In the region.
I know the impact will be enormous because the area or that catchment area, Koforidua, who in some part of our central region, that area, they've never had synthetic running surface there apart from now. So putting it in there, it will accelerate athletic development in the region, not only in Koforidua, but those from who we can organize a triangular competition between who OT region and Koforidua to have it there. People can also have good training facility there. So the importance of that facility in Koforidua is enormous.
There is, however, the small matter of accessibility.
If this facility will be open to them to come and use, to have a feel of the tartan tracks, to have a feel of the pitch, how a phenomenal football pitch is, that will, we are going to have a lot of talent coming out of the children, because now the older ones, I think they are grown. So we should start looking at the younger ones who will have a feel of, and I believe they should always open it up to them to use it for even for their training, not for even their competitions alone, for their training, to help them develop their talents.
I don't know whether it has been open for people to train in or not. What I heard about a month or 2 months ago, that they've not yet opened it for people to have access with it. If the situation is still the same, I will use some medium to appeal to authorities that they should open it up for people to use it.
There may be a few issues regarding the KERO Youth Resource Center, but this is the first multi-purpose sports facility in the region, and its possibilities are enormous.
Explore the boundless possibilities and let this stadium with auxiliary facility be the catalyst for your dreams to flourish.
For Joy Sports, Victor Achutamako.
Now, from that, former Communications Director of the Ghana Football Association, Ibrahim Sanara, has played down the issue regarding the conflict of interest over Kwasi Appiah's dual roles. Now, Appiah is in charge of Sudan national team, who will face Ghana in the 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifiers. The former Ghana coach also serves as a member of the Ghana Football Association Executive Council. The roles of working for two different associations to the same competition is seen as a concerning by many, including ACE football analyst Osei Osubempa, who called for his resignation. However, Sani, who is a CAF media officer, insists Appiah can recuse himself on the seat of the Ghana AFA until the qualifiers are done. Hence, there is no need for him to resign.
I also support him that Kwasi Appiah should not resign. Why? Because, number one, I don't see the issue that people have been raising. In fact, we had a similar case with the Ghana national team. Ghana played against Serbia at the World Cup in 2010. Who was in charge of the Ghana national team then?
Milovan
Rivat.
Yeah.
He was a Serb. He beat Serbia. Maybe the difference between him and Ghana is the ExCo. But there's always a case where people can recuse themselves from such discussions, and it should be a straightforward case. I think Kwasi Appiah being in charge of Sudan and also being in the ExCo would add a lot of good to Ghana football. An example is just simple. There are now about 3 Sudanese players joining Kotoko, for example. It is through his ingenuity. The learning experiences he would have in Sudan, he will bring it back as a Ghanaian to impact on Ghana football. So I don't see, if there are any issues of, let's say, people would think perhaps conflict, he can recuse himself from those meetings and carry on as usual. He's not on the Black Stars Management Committee. He doesn't take day-to-day decisions.
Well, however, some Ghanaians think otherwise, insisting that the former Black Stars coach must resign from his role as a member of the GFA Executive Council and focus on the Sudanese national team, believing that might pose a problem to the Black Stars.
Being an ExCo member at the same time coach of Sudan, I think GFA need to terminate that contract immediately. Because why Kwasi Appiah will still be an ExCo member at the same time in Sudan coaching? No, you can't do that. It has never happened in any country in this world. At least they must show maturity. They must terminate the contract fast. Because Ghana, we need improvement too. The football, we all like football. But if this kind of things they happen inside GFA and they watch them, they move that way, my brother, it will affect us.
I believe that Kwasi Appiah should resign because there are a lot of informations where Kwasi Appiah might feed our counterparts. Because these were people that we are going to meet. And raising concern on football, you know what things goes. There are certain things that are being made secretly so that your other opponent will never see what is going on. So Kwasi Appiah being on both sides, I don't think it will help Ghana.
Kwasi Appiah can still be the head coach of Sudan and part of the ExCo. Yeah, he can. There's no problem with that because he's part of the technical team of Sudan and not executive member of the Sudanese Football Federation. So basically, with GFA, it is only executive position he's having. They deliberate on maybe financial side or how to improve various football like the Cones, Division 1, Division 2 and the Premier League, not the national team.
He should resign from the GFA position he has now so that if he concentrate on the Sudan job, he concentrates on it because he can't be the head coach of Sudan and be part of the GFA board whilst we and Sudan are in the same group for the next AFCON Qualifiers. So I think it will be better for him to resign from the Ghana GFA board. Yeah.
So far as he's heading the Sudanese national team, I think he should resign from the GFA ExCo. That will help us because if we didn't do that, the strategies that we want to use against the Sudanese, maybe being the member of the ExCo, it might affect our strategies. And he's our ex-coach before, so he might give them 1 or 2 information against us. So I think him resign will be our best. He should resign.
Well, away from that now, a member of Ghana's 1963 and 1965 African Cup of Nations winning team, Reverend Kofi, has attributed the Black Stars' second-place finish in the 2015 tournament in Equatorial Guinea to a token given by former President John Dramani Mahama to past winners of the competition. Now, it was the closest the Black Stars had come since Senegal 1992 and Angola 2010, as the country continues its search for an AFCON title since 1982. According to Reverend Kofi, the situation is attributable to the country's failure to honor promises made to players in 1963, 65, and 78, and insists that until that is done, the title might continue to elude the Black Stars.
We were going to Cameroons. I heard a prophet at Asemba that if they don't look back and cater for the old ones that has won the cup, they won't get to the quarterfinals. When we were going to Cameroons, and truly and lo and behold, we came with 1 point.
Is that the former players have cursed the team or what?
No.
But what have you done? What have you done to end that you cannot win?
Then I will say it in Cree. Osankanfo, a trainum, Yemon Nai Copmensia, or see Unyanko Ponching, Kwasi Appiah Boshe. So Besha Bono, na won't fear the mention Bono. You promised us to give us a house, and if you don't give us a, we have cursed you.
Which year were you promised this?
Oh, Ankroma.
All the AFCONs.
All the AFCONs. The 4 that we have won. Nobody had a bicycle. You go and be a second at Equatorial Guinea, and they were given a Cherokee car.
But Kwame Nkrumah was believed to be a man who treated the national team so well.
This is it. In 1965, when we won the cup, we brought it. There was a big banquet. That is where I had the special certificate. Could you believe a minister stole it? I don't know where the certificate is. A special certificate by Osajifo is in this thing. I don't have it. I don't know. Achampon, he made me stadium manager, and he called me and Simpasante to tell the Black Star players that if they win the cup, to honor Ghana and him as the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces in Ghana. It was then the Dansuma estates were being built. They will have a house each, and they won. And Akufu removed a champon, and Akufu said he didn't promise. You see the unfortunate incident? When a head of state promises and the head is not there, is the state also not there? Recently in Nigeria, when we were to play them in the last World Cup qualifiers, all those things were settled. But unfortunately, we beat them to go to the World Cup.
But I remember John Dramani Mahama also met former winners of the AFCON prior to AFCON 2015. I recall that.
Who?
John Dramani Mahama, the former president.
This is what...
Was that not to appease you?
My Standard 7 certificate understanding, a promise and a taking, are they the same? I'm asking you a question. A promise, or say, go and win the cup and come and collect the car. I win, you don't give it to me. Then a token, say, okay, what I have, I will give you. Are they the same? And what John Mahama did, look at this. We got to the finals with Ivory Coast. 5 penalty shootout. Listen to this very careful. John Mahama, what he did, if he has fulfilled the promise, the 5 penalties, Ghana scored the first. Ivory Coast missed the first. Ghana scored the second. Ivory Coast missed the second. Now the 3.
Ghana missed.
Cote d'Ivoire scored the 3, we scored 2. We needed 1 goal to win the cup. You see the token, what they did for Ghana. We went to the finals.
So the token took us to the finals.
To the finals.
But it couldn't win the tournament.
Couldn't win the cup, my friend.
But where was the token?
I asked you a question, you didn't answer.
A token and the promise are definitely different. They are different. But what I am saying is that, Reverend, in 2010, there was nothing like that, but Ghana made the final and lost to Egypt. Did they meet the old players to appease
No. Mama's one was just an example.
Okay. Okay.
Because he did that, you know. I told him, sir, I am not a learned student, but I know a promise is different from a token. Can you put up $5,000 to build a house? The $100,000. What did they do that they got the $100,000? Do you know when they came? Everybody bought a house.
Interesting revelations there. Well, away from that too, Football Administrator Nana Ponsa has parted ways with Moldovan side Petro Carb Hincheti after 6 months as their president. Now, in a statement released by Samaritan Investment, a group representing Aponsa, the decision to sever ties with Petro Carb follows the discovery of unusual activities and a mismatch in vision. The statement continued by acknowledging and appreciating the achievement made over the period. Aponsa joined the club in January of 2024 and contributed to the first Moldovan Premier League title and the Moldovan Cup trophy triumphs. The former Ansanti Kotoko Chief Executive Officer said, in quotes, it is time for a new, exciting chapter as he departed from his post. Now to the European Championship, and ongoing is the second semi-final game between England and the Netherlands. It's currently 1-1, but yesterday Spain managed to defeat France to advance to the finals. And following that loss, Kylian Mbappe said he considered his Euro 2024 campaign as having been a failure after the team's elimination. Now, the forward only managed 1 goal in the entire tournament, scoring from the spot kick, but failed to impress in the entirety. England and the Netherlands will bring you more updates on that game when it ends, and hopefully in our subsequent bulletins tomorrow. Well, coming up on PM Express is a special discussion on the Youth Manifesto, and we'll be hearing from the MPP and the NDC on their plans for the youth of the country, and also be hearing from some selected youths on what they expect from the political parties. That's all we got for you in Prime Sport tonight with me, Razak Musbao. Please do stay tuned to join us.